Shout out to Abdullah, Titan, Palms, Tyler, Cozy, Rare Omen, JPK, Supreme, Uncle, AG Snipes, and AG Twitch, Snoot, Graham, Abudi, Grim, Running the Train, Leon, and Prato. Huge shout outs to you guys. Also, special shout out to Lancer is Wild. He is AG. He changed his name. And I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting me. You guys absolutely kill it every stream, every video. I could not be any more blessed. And let's get right into the video. Yeah, extra shout out to my boy Lancer. Lancer is Wild, aka AG. He's been a long-standing member in my community. He's been here since the beginning, and homie is making content again. As you guys can see, I've watched some of his videos. He's been posting for roughly 2-3 weeks. So absolutely amazing, man. His beard is fucking to die for. As a fellow man with no beard, or I say fellow, but you get the point. As a gentleman with a less than ideal beard, seeing a man with a great beard, great mic, and great camera, 10 out of 10. So if you can, if you're watching this video, please go to his channel, drop him a sub, drop him a comment, drop him a like. He's a great member of my community. And also, he's also designed the new banner I will be showing soon on my channel. So absolutely huge shout outs to my boy AG, aka Lancer is Wild. Go drop him, go support him. I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, let's get right into the video, you guys. How y'all doing? It's your boy Beastly. You guys knew I was going to talk about this. I might be a couple days late by the time I'm posting this video. That's because the X Pro video and all sorts of shenanigans is going on. Probably get a video on that later. But yeah, this video might come out like Friday or Saturday. I don't know when this AI video is going to come out. But yeah, this essentially was tweeted out by Charlie Intel. And if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know, let me also go full screen for the people in the comments who always complain, you're not full screen. Anyways, so Steam has a rule or a requirement where Steam requires you now to include if your game has AI generated content or images. Massive W to Steam, along with some other stuff that have leaked recently, which I will make videos about. This is about AI. So I've been playing COD this most of this year. I've not really been playing it in the last couple months, but most of this year or last year. And it just BO6 didn't feel right. I know that's not an exact science, but like just BO6 doesn't feel right. It felt like void of human touch. And then this dropped, I think, 1 or 2 days ago at the time of me recording this video. So for you guys, probably 4 or 5 days ago. But essentially, Activision, this is an official Activision statement, as you can see with the trademarks. Like, this is an official statement on Activision on Steam. I think it's Steam, but on some platform. And it says, and I quote, the developers described how their game uses AI-generated content like this. And this is an exact quote from the devs. Our team uses generative AI tools to help develop some, big note on the word some here, by the way, guys, some in-game assets. Now, when you hear that, it's of course the typical nonsense like lawyer talk, the typical big suits, big wig, fancy rich people. You know, this doesn't mean shit. Like, this is so vague. Like, it really doesn't help anyone. Like, okay, what do you mean by some tools? What is the some part? Is it minor stuff? Is it major stuff? What is it? And of course, Activision wants to keep it vague, because Activision knows if they go into detail, it's going to be really bad for them. But here's the problem. Your boy Beastly Gaming, your boy Beastly, doesn't need Activision to tell me what's AI. I already know what's AI. I play the fucking game. I've been playing this franchise since I was like a wee lad. I was like 10, 11 when I played my first COD. So I don't need Activision to, tell me word for word verbatim, oh, this is AI. I can tell. But it also helps when they also kind of self-report themselves, on what is AI. So let's go down the list of what some AI is, shall we? Some AI. Let's go down the list, shall we? Also, another thing, just so that way you guys can't say in the comments, oh, Beastly, you're lying. You're lying. I've had this theory for going on 10 days before this info dropped. So as you guys can see, shout out my boy DJ Emo. Yeah, my apologies. I am horrible at reading names. I apologize. Shout out my boy DJ Emo and Ada, We were having this entire conversations. You guys can read it. I'm not going to delete. I don't delete comments. So if you want to go read, I'm not going to like read everything I said here, but I typed a lot. He typed a lot, or she, I'm not going to assume genders. Anyways, you get the point. We typed a lot, and I've had this theory for about 15, I had a theory a couple days before this video and this comment thread. And then I was going to make this exact video, but due to the X-Pro stuff, the Nav stuff, and other stuff that's going on in the background, I had to put this video on pause. And it sucks because I really wish I would have put this video out before the AI stuff came out, because then I would have looked like a genius. But either way, this, if you guys want to pause the video, read it, you can. And okay, we're going to move on. No disrespect, I just don't want to read all this and make the video an extra 10, 15 minutes. I have had this theory that BO6 doesn't feel like a real game. And I've been thinking, why? Why does BO6 not feel real? And my theory, and again, it could be copium, it could be complete nonsense. It's just, me putting two and two together and stitching together a picture. I could be wrong, but, take this with a grain of salt. But I think BO6 was a shelled game. Like a just bullshit product Activision just threw out because Microsoft wanted to make money. And they really saved all their good material, all their good stuff for BO7. And I've been having this theory for a while because, I'm going to go into all the AI that's in the game. But keyword, like the dev said, some. There's only some AI with massive air quotes around the word some. But the zombies feels very hollow. Multiplayer feels very hollow. And campaign is mostly fun. But the last, 2 or 3 chapters, really don't make no sense. And what I was theorizing, is that the devs knew, okay, we don't have the, I don't think at the time, maybe I'm wrong, but we don't have the official reveal or the release date for BO6. However, I think Treyarch and / Microsoft knew that GTA 6, was dropping this year, 2025. And so I think Activision sat down and said, why would we bust our ass to make a very good, game a year before GTA 6. Nah, fuck that. We want to compete with GTA 6. We want to be better than GTA 6. Now, obviously, we all know they're not going to be better than GTA 6, but this is what they're saying in the board meetings, up suits with the big wigs, with the executives, with the rich, fancy people, those entitled people. And so I think the devs were like, well, we can't make a good game in a year. So if you want us to really do well on BO7, you have to forfeit BO6 or skip a year. And obviously we know they're never skipping a year. So the option was pretty simple. Forfeit BO6. But then the devs were like, well, how much can we forfeit? And using the information we know now, again, some AI tools, keyword some there, with the information we know now, it kind of feels like 50 or 60% of this game is AI. Like, it feels like this game was made with, maybe 25 people. And we're about to go into a laundry list of everything that's AI. But the devs, they're trying to imply only small things are AI. But, as you'll see momentarily, there's a shitload of AI in this game. And the only justifiable reason for why there's so much AI in a multi-billion, trillion-dollar company is because not all, but 95% of the devs are working on BO7. So BO7 theoretically will have this year of development and last year of development. So BO7 will have 2 years. And let's just go down the list of everything that we know is AI in this game. So for starters, as you can see on the screen, shout out Six Fingers Santa Claus. You guys all knew I was going to bring this up. This shit was fucking hilarious. This is AI. This is not real. Some probably 20-year-old new worker at Activision or at BIOS or at Treyarch was like, hey, make me a cool zombie Santa. And the guy didn't want to draw it. And he's like, I'm just going to have ChatGPT make it. And if you guys have ever used any AI or any of this bullshit, if you're not very, very, very specific with your wording and you don't ask the AI very specific things, you will get wonky shit. Another thing is if you use AI. Now, obviously, if this in like a year or 2 or 3, when this video becomes outdated, AI is going to be better. But for now, AI sucks. And so as you can see, 6-finger Santa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You heard a 6-finger or 5-finger death punch. Now you heard a 6-finger Santa. There you go. So this video, or that video, this picture blew up Christmas. It blew up the December update because people were like, this is AI. And then Activision was like, okay, well, technically, we do use AI to make art. Which already big L. Like, massive L. The whole point of art is to be creative. The whole point of art is to display your inner thoughts in that moment in time. It's kind of like a snapshot of how you feel internally, right? Go back and look at whether it's paintings, whether it's sculptures, like go back and look at any art, you know, any medium, basically, books, whatever. It's basically a snapshot of that person's emotions, psyche, whatever, at that point of their time. So the fact that Treyarch and Activision is just desecrating the whole point of art and the whole point of imagery and stuff by just letting some chat GBT knockoff make it is hilarious. But yeah, this was AI. But Beastly, it's just loading screens. It's why do you care? It's just loading screens, bruh. Okay, speaking of just loading screens, you guys want to see something really funny? I have receipts. So I'm not going to go into the super big depths with these videos. I'm only going to include pictures. If you want to watch Blame Truth, the Codfather himself, the GOAT, one of my favorite people on the platform, and I've been following for fucking damn near my entire life, I highly welcome you to go subscribe to him. He's a great guy. He made this video how many months ago? 4 months ago. 4 months. So these are the emblems, excuse me. These are the emblems for Prestige. Now, remember when this game dropped, the devs were basically using Prestige as a reselling point, saying, hey, we're adding Prestige back. Hey, we're adding a thing back to the game that used to be there, but then we took away, and now we can remarket it as a brand new feature when it's not a brand new feature. It's just, it's very scummy tactics. Anyways, this video's many months old. If you look at these emblems in depth, like the picture, the image of these emblems get worse and worse the longer you look at them. Great example. Again, I'm going to use only the pictures in BT's video. So if you want to watch him talk about that more specifically and go into more detail, thoroughly go into more detail, here you go. But as this person points out on Twitter, the left sleeve has only 1 roll right here. The right sleeve has 2. Remember what I told you earlier about how if you're not very specific with AI, you'll get like extra fingers, you'll get extra t-shirts, you'll get extra pants, you'll get like, if you like, AI right now is not the greatest. So if you're not super thorough, you'll get messed up shit. And this is a great example. There's no logical explanation for why this soldier is wearing basically two long sleeves on his left arm and no long sleeves on his do I have that backwards? No, left, right. Yeah. It makes no sense. Furthermore, I'm not a gun expert, right? I will never, claim to be something I'm not. But I have never seen a World War II Thompson with fucking screws going up the magazine into the gun. I have never seen that. These are screws. These are literally screw holes. And I guess you could technically argue, Beastly, they're not screw holes, they're bolts, they're nails. The fact that we're arguing what type of fucking hardware they use to build a Thompson defeats the purpose. I have never seen a Thompson with things going into the magazine and then going into the gun. So this 100% was AI'd. Someone went in Treyarch Studios and said, AI World War II zombie, done. Because, again, the longer you look at these Prestige icons, the worse they get. Speaking of missing things that makes this Thompson not a functioning Thompson anyways, like this pointer on Twitter points out, the Thompson's missing an iron sight. Beastly, you're just nitpicking the magazine. Creative, what do they call that bullshit? Like creative liberties where artists like change some shit because they just want to be different. First of all, there's an orange tip on this gun, and if you don't live in the United States, you don't understand why this is really funny. So basically, the United States has a law where basically every pretend gun has to have some sort of orange or white or yellow tip on it to show people it's not real. I don't know if other countries do it. They probably do. But for America, if you make a toy gun, it must have either an orange, a yellow, or like basically a flashy color tip. This gun, as you can see, has an orange tip. I've never seen a Thompson, a real life Thompson, have an orange tip. So if you don't believe me that this is an AI emblem, then I can't help you. So yeah, the longer you stare at these images, the more fucked up they get. As this person points out, going on from the Thompson, there is no visible mag release, and the magazine looks purely attached to the weapon. This looks like a fucking airsoft gun. There you go. It's crazy. Hey, at least I got the fingers right, though. At least I got the fingers right. There's no Santa Claus. Here's another really funny one. So as you guys know, this is the iconic BO1 loading screen / cover with, I believe, oh, I forget BO1. Was it Alex Mason or was it? No, I think it was Alex Mason, right? I forget who was the guy on the cover of BO1. Was it Alex Mason? Let me know in the comments. But either way, it's the iconic BO1 profile pic where it's the guy in the sitting bull position holding the Mustang and Sally, the most iconic handgun in Treyarch history. And they were trying to replicate that with the Black Ops 6 emblem to the left. But as this person pointed out, the bevel, if you don't know what the bevel is, it's this thing right here. Basically, your thumb is supposed to sit underneath this. That way, when you shoot the gun, the top part, I know I'm explaining this, and if you're not a gun person, this is all gibberish to you, but I'm trying to explain this to people who don't know what I'm talking about. When you fire this handgun, when you fire the 1911, this part right here kicks backwards. So the point of this bevel is to stop your thumb from going up here. So when you fire the weapon, your thumb / finger doesn't get destroyed by the part that's kicking backwards. That's the bevel right there. I guess it's called the beaver tail, whatever. You get the point. That's it right there. And if this person was actually holding this weapon and it wasn't AI, his hand wouldn't be inside the beaver tail. That's not how this works. Again, Treyarch Studios with the Santa. I need a zombie Santa for ChatGPT. I need a World War II zombie ChatGPT. This was literally, I need a BO1 themed Black Ops 6 emblem. There you go. You would not hold the pistol like that. And again, you can say I'm nitpicking, but the longer you look at these emblems, the less they make sense. The more egregious they get. Next, as this gentleman points out, explain the random hole. No human would possibly put a random hole in the trigger loop or trigger guard. You can call it whatever you want. Basically, it's the region of the gun that surrounds the trigger. It's like right here. It starts here and ends like over here on where the grip is. Anyways, the trigger loop, also the perspective look odds. Yeah, if you can't see what I'm talking about, there's a fucking massive gap on the trigger guard, which defeats the purpose of a trigger guard. That's not supposed to be there. That ruins the structural integrity of both the gun and the guard. That's like having a sword hilt, you know, the thing that you know stops you from getting cut, and like having a sword hilt and then you just cutting off 75% of the hilt. At that point, it's not a sword hilt. Like this is it right here. It's circled in red. This is the only thing you would do with AI. There is no person who would ever draw this and would randomly put a massive hole in the trigger guard. You would never do that. First of all, a person would also never probably... The only way you can get something this fucked up is if an artist made this and the artist had no idea what the Black Ops 1 sitting bull position was and they've never drawn a gun. Then they could have an excuse for this, but otherwise, no. No excuse. And then lastly, this is probably my favorite one of them all, because again, I'm not a gun expert, but I play Call of Duty and I you know, have lived around firearms my whole life. You know, firearm safety, big thing. Be responsible, kids. And older people. I don't know why I gotta tell people that, but the amount of people who are reckless with firearms is a very dangerous thing. It's not a toy. It's meant to be taken seriously. Anyways, rant aside. This is fucking hilarious. Commander, I think it's Commando, but autocorrect is a funny thing. Commando barrel features no hole and the suppressor is not properly attached. Barrel is disproportionate. The sling clip, which is connected via the front sight post on the OG, has been misinterpreted as a sort of second gas tube, which is when you fire a gun, there's like a tube where the gas goes out. That way it doesn't blow up. Anyways, plus the sling itself isn't even clipped. So basically, again, this is Black Ops 1. This is the OG Black Ops 1 Commando with a suppressor on it. And this is the thing we got in Black Ops 6. I don't know what this is. Because first of all, this is supposed to be a suppressor. But you attach the suppressor to the end of the barrel, which would imply the barrel ends here. If you've ever used the Commando, or if you ever used... I think the Commando is based off the M4, right? Maybe I'm misremembering. Again, let me know in the comments, you guys. But I'm pretty sure at the time, in early Black Ops 1 and early Modern Warfare franchise, the Commando was used as the M4 replacement, right? Because Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 OG had the M4, and BO1 had the Commando, and BO2 had... I forget what the M4 replacement was in BO2, but anyways, it's basically... I think the Commando and the M4 are the same. It's just called different things. But either way, if it's attached here, that would mean the barrel ends here, which makes no sense. Whereas in the OG, if you remember, the barrel protrudes out a little bit past the iron sight, which, again, great example of the iron sight. The iron sight's not on the end of the barrel. It's anyways. So the attachment, the suppressor screws on the rivets, and the barrel extends out. This is literally the barrel ends here. So, like, just right away... This looks like a chat GBT. Also, I'm pretty sure this black bar right here is the strap. So why the fuck is it here? This literally looks like someone just, again, used chat GBT and said, I need the Wish Dot version, the Temu version of the OG Black Ops 1 picture. Like this, why is this here? As you can see, this is the strap. You can see the strap right here that goes to the back of the soldier's back. That way he can keep the gun on his back. And if he needs to, flop it forward and use it. This is supposed to be the strap 2.0, but as you can see, it buds off into the tip of the gun. So this is not strapped to anything. Also, here's the second gas port that he was talking about up here. I don't remember what the original one's supposed to be. Was this a grenade? This was something. I think this was an attachment. But either way, the longer you stare at these emblems, the worse they get. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Blame Truth done did it himself. Like I said, I highly recommend watching the original video. But yeah, this doesn't look... No hole. There you go. There you go. So yeah, the emblems get worse the longer you get. So if you're keeping track, we got AI emblems and we have AI loading screens. AI art. There's no way it gets worse, right, Beastly? Right, Beastly? There's no way they would use AI in more things besides emblems and loading screens, right, you guys? So, shout out the GOAT himself, XTZ Ferocity. I will have, again, all these original videos linked in the description. I do not own these videos, nor do I take credit in making these videos. I am just using snippets to explain my point more thoroughly. I do appreciate you guys. But yes, this is back. MW3. The bundles in that game were made by AI. A new report from Wired has claimed that Activision has used AI-generated skins to sell Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 3. According to the report, Activision Blizzard started using using AI in its game in early 2023 and late 2023. Which, by the way, that makes no sense. If they started using AI in early 2023, they wouldn't also start using it in late. So it started in early 2023 and they continue. I think what they meant to say was they continued using it. Anyways, small grammar Nazi point aside. Had reportedly sold its first AI-generated cosmetic skin in its latest title, Modern Warfare 3. The report heavily implies the skin, Yokai's Wrath, I think is how you pronounce that, was created by AI. So there you go. They're using AI to make bundles, and you're an absolute idiot if you think, oh, they're just doing like 1 or 2 bundles. No, you're an idiot. Activision, no. They may have started with one bundle, but there's no way they stopped. So they're making bundles with AI, emblems are with AI, the loading screens are AI. You know what else is AI, chat? I say chat, like this is like I'm live. Again, Ferocity's videos, I will link in the description. Appreciate this, man. But I'm not really going to use any part of this video. I'm just going to use the title. This is not news if you're a Zombies member in my community. If you're an MP guy or a Warzone guy, you know, you might not know the loop, but I got you guys. essentially, most of the crew in BO6 Zombies quit. I believe Samantha was the first was the first actor to quit, and then I believe Maya followed suit. I might have got the order wrong, but either way, people quit. And the reason why they quit is because in their contract they have a no AI clause, and Activision's like, no. All we need you guys to do is record enough voice lines to record enough things in our audio sessions, then we'll just AI the rest of you. So essentially what Activision was doing was that they used the real voice actors for the Terminus map and Liberty Falls map, and then Citadel onward was AI. The actors were like, are you kidding me? No. You have no permission to use my voice and my image and likeness without me saying the words. Activision said, well, you can walk out the door, and guess what? They fucking did. Now, I gave you a very crude, very rough, general breakdown. If you want a much more like 30 or 40 minute in-depth, shout out Mr. Raffle Waffles. He went into great detail explaining the companies and all the laws and all sorts of shit. So I'm not going to do that for this video, but if you want more depth on all the zombies actors quitting, there you go. Also, if you're curious why the Tomb had no outro cutscene, that's why. They literally had no voice actors. They all quit. Samantha Max's has been already recasted in this game with another actress, I do believe. So in the mansion map, we will actually be getting an actual person again. But we don't know how long we're going to get a person, because they might do the same thing to this new woman as they did to the other voice actress. And by the way, these aren't like random voice actors. Like, I believe the woman who voice acted Samantha, I think, has been voice acting her since Origins, right? Like, she's been here for a long, long time, and Activision just didn't care for loyalty. They didn't care for respect, like most things, and they just let them walk. So yeah, they got AI voice lines, AI loading screens, AI emblems, and AI bundles. There's no way we can get any worse, right? Right? Now, for the rest of this video, again, this is stuff that is proven, hard facts. Everything I've showed you up to this point is proven AI. The rest of this is my opinion, but I believe it's not really an opinion. I believe it's a fact. It's just a fact I cannot prove at this point in time, but in like a year or two, I'm sure it'll be proven correct. So this is a map called Grind. I'm sure all of you guys are playing it. It's brand new to the season. Yada, yada, yada. This map is not from BO6. It's a reimagining from BO2. You might be wondering, Beastly, why are you showing us a multiplayer map? Let your boy cook. I got you. I got you. So Grind was made by the OGs themselves, Vondahar and all the good developers back in the BO2 days. This is a 3-laned map. And if you don't know what I mean by a 3-lane map, or if you've ever heard a YouTuber or a streamer or some person of influence say the word 3 lanes, all a 3-lane map is 1 lane, 2 lane, 3. Most of the map is designed to flow through the middle, which is lane typically, depending on how you count, 2 in most cases. And then the far left and the far right are flank routes. As you can see, you can go far from this perspective. If we're spawning over here, this is the right-hand side. So if you didn't want to go through the middle, you can flank to the right and still end up on the right flank of the middle. But if you really wanted to go super hard flank, you can go all the way around to their spawn, which is right here, and get them. And the same thing for the left. You can flank left and cut back towards the middle, or go super far left and cut back over here. It's a nearly perfect 3-lane design map with perfect flow, with the objective points. I believe B flag, oh god, it's been so many years since I've played Grind. I've not played it in BO6 yet. I believe the B flag is here, right? Isn't A flag right here, B flag right here, and C flag like right here? So generally the map is flowed towards here. And if you don't want to just run straight here, there's a left and right flank to get here. This was made by a person. This was made with logic. This was made with intent. Next map I'm going to show you. This map is Hacienda. This was also made. Now, I don't think the map is that good in general. I think Hacienda is kind of a mid-map in general, but it was also made by a person. And again, this is a 3-lane map. Technically, you could argue a 4-lane map, technically. But yeah, if you want to be technical, technically this map has 4 lanes, but the thing about it is like almost nobody ever uses the water. So for the preface of this video, the water is going to be ignored. But I guess technically if you wanted to argue, it does have 4 lanes, but lane 1 is straight through the middle, right? This is the main fountain in the middle. Spawn is here and spawn is here. You run through middle. Here's where the action is. Lane 1. If you didn't want to go through here, you can go to the left. If you're spawning over here, go to the left, cut back in the middle. There you go. Or keep going left. And guess what? There's another flank route right here. And if you want to go super far left, there's another one. You'll end up in their spawn. So as you can see, on Hacienda, if you're going on the left flank route, there is 1, 2, 3 different ports of entry to the middle. Everything is funneled to the focal point, which is the middle. I believe in domination, the B flag's here, and I believe in like hard point, one of the points are here. The objective in the map is flowed towards the middle. And everything I just said over here applies here, right? Entrance here, entrance here, entrance here, and entrance here. So there's, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Technically, again, there's 4, but no human ever uses the entire water. The water starts here and ends here. I've never seen a human ever jump in the water here and swim all the way over here. I've seen people jump in the water over here and then instantly jump back, but I've never seen anyone actually use the flank route the way it's supposed to be used. So I'm not counting it. But either way, these 2 maps were made by people. And you could tell they were made by people because they had purpose. There was intent. You could see the design. Now I'm going to show you a map called Extraction. I hate this map. For starters, where's the 3 lanes? Where's the 3 lanes? Because the spawn point is here in this building, and the spawn point is the main spawn point where you start the game is also back here in the parking lot. This map is shaped like an L, which is kind of funny because this map fucking sucks. Anyways, this map is shaped like an L. Spawn is here, spawn is here. Obviously, I guess you could just say, just running straight down the middle, this is a lane, I guess. And I guess you could technically say that going inside the hangar is also a lane, but it's not really a lane. Because as you can see with the other maps, right, they're flank routes. You go around the middle, and you can access the middle at different entry points to sneak up on the enemy. Once when you get inside the hangar, you have 2 choices. To exit back into your spawn, or go all the way to the middle. This is not a flank route. You are not flanking, taking the hangar. This is basically like right next to the middle. And then if I guess you could try to argue this is a flank route, I guess, but it's not. There's no flank routes. This map is terrible. I showed you a map from BO2 that was chef's kiss perfect. I showed you a map from BO4 which wasn't a great map or isn't a great map, but you can still tell it was made by a person with intent. There is no flow here. There is no funneling. I don't even know where I think the domination flag's in here, right? Or wait, is it over here? I don't remember where the dom flag is on this map. There's no flow. This is basically just bullet train, but times a million. Like, it's just a giant hallway. Like, there's no flow. Like, this map is terrible. And I believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this was made by AI. I think most of the multiplayer maps were made by AI. And you can't change my mind. Like, Skyline, I think Skyline was made by a person. But if you've also, again, referencing BT, Blame Truth has a video where he basically recreated Skyline with ChatGPT. Now, obviously, it's not a one-to-one, recreation, but it's disgustingly similar to how he recreated Skyline with just a couple sentences on an AI website. So you will not change my mind that these maps were not made by AI. These were made by people. These definitely were not made with people. Because there is no goddamn dev that can look at this fucking fugly map and tell me there is flow. there is design, there is intent, there is reasoning. There's none of that. This is just some random gibberish. I hate this map. And you can go look through most of the BO6 maps. They're the exact same. Next, we're going to hop into zombies for a moment. So yeah, next, I'm going to talk about the Tomb. As you guys know, I hate the Tomb. I despise it with every fiber of my being. I hate this fucking map. It's a lifeless, hollowless husk that should not have the word Treyarch next to it. I hate that map. It explains so much why the map sucks. It was made with AI. It's not real. For starters, the map is based off the dig site. The dig site is the name of Origins. There's no fucking connection this map has with Origins besides the name, the dig site, and the staff. There's nothing. If a person designed this map, a person would have designed more reasons and more things of Origins relation. If this was done by ChatGPT and AI or any AI, you would go to the AI and type in modern Origins go. And if an AI made this map, an AI would search through, you know, the Google searches. It would basically search through every search website, search engine, all YouTube videos, tweets. It searched through the entire internet, and the AI would come to a realization. The ice staff is the best staff. It's the most popular. It's the most, you know, Googled, the most liked. It's the most everything. That's why we got the ice staff. Also, it makes no sense why the ice staff is even here to begin with. Right? I'm not going to go into the zombie storyline. That's a whole 5-hour video by itself, but it makes no sense why the ice staff is even here to begin with. But if an AI made this map and AI made the story, the AI wouldn't realize the relevance, the importance of the staff. Hence why it's here. The AI which made this also knew the ice staff is by far the most liked, so just fuck the other staffs. When I was streaming this map the day it came out, I did not understand why. I get why the ice staff is the only usable one, but you couldn't have like an Easter egg or a reference to the other 3 staffs. Like maybe have a moment where like you find the remains of the 3 other staffs and like the crystals are missing. Like something, but no, we get nothing. And it's stupid. Another thing, that's why I think mimics were on this map. There's no reason why mimics were brought back for the modern reimagining of Origins. Like I don't get it. Like, why is the mimic here? Also, why is it a shock mimic? What developer thought, you know what people like? The mimic. You know what they like even more? A shock mimic. An AI probably could, but not a person. There's no, I swear, there's no way a person made this. There's so many bad decisions. There's no way it was a person. There's no shot. There's no shot. And again, if you look at the map, it's a very small map. It's about Liberty Fall size, which again, they aren't making big maps because of if they're using AI to make everything. AI probably can't handle big maps. That's why Liberty Falls is small, Citadel is small. And the mansion's also probably going to be small. It's insane that we're going to be like 6 or 7 months post-launch, and the only medium to big size map in this game is Terminus. The other 3 are small. That's sad. But yeah, it explains why there is so many ripped assets from other maps on Tomb. Again, the Revelations loading screen, not loading screen, the Revelation skybox is like just a shittier like 480p version of the one from fucking BO3. The literal teleporting doors that you use to teleport to the middle is just a copy and paste of Revelations teleporting doors. Like, if a person made this, fire them. If AI made this, it makes complete sense. Because an AI lacks human touch. An AI lacks like human understanding. AI lacks fundamentals. So yeah, this was basically a whole rant about how AI basically made BO6. And I believe, personally, this was done on purpose, on design. That way all of the devs could basically skip a year and spend an extra year on BO7. And I believe the reason why they're spending an extra year on BO7 is because Microsoft is forcing Activision to compete with Rockstar and GTA 6. Now, we all know they're not going to compete. GTA is going to win. We all know that. But I think Microsoft is like, hey, we paid $70 trillion for you guys. You guys better win us a game award or two. And Activision can't say no because they were bought out by Microsoft. So their hands are tied, which is a very rare statement you will ever hear me say, when Activision hands are tied. But yeah, I had this theory about 12 days ago. I had went in my comment section, shout out you guys. And I made this. I was gonna make this video anyways, and then turns out it was made for me when Steam, or I forget which website it was, forced them to talk about their AI. And also keep in mind, guys, where was it? Keep in mind, guys, the original point of this entire video. The game has some AI. So you mean loading screens, bundles, voice acting, and the maps. So you mean like most of the fucking game. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're using AI to make guns. Some of the DLC guns, like example, they're bringing the pizza gun back, the DSL sector, I think is what it's called. 100% they're going to use AI to make that, 100%. It's a nonsensical, not realistic weapon from a jetpack game. That is going to get made by AI 100,000%. So yeah, Activision got caught lying. Shocker, who would have thunk that? And I had this theory for a while now, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know how long this video is. Do apologize if the video is like 4 hours long. I'm sorry. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know if you think I'm crazy that the maps were made by AI and that the zombie storyline was made by AI and that the reason, like, I mean, I already know the reason. I already know I'm right, but whatever. Just let me know in the comments what you think, how you feel, yada, yada, yada. Also, that's why we got no cutscene, by the way, for the Tomb, is the voice actors quit, and rather than using their voice acting corpses to make some AI bullshit, they just didn't make one at all. So, good for us. W community. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if there's other parts of the game that you think's AI that I glossed over that I maybe could go into more detail about. As always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, day, or whatever time you watch my content in the future. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Drop me a follow, sub on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. Also, go show my brother Lancer some love. Please drop him a comment, drop him a like, drop him a sub. I'd greatly appreciate that as well for him. He's a great man with great content. That man's going to shoot up in no time. Don't you worry. But yeah, guys, I will see you when I see you. Deuces.